Welcome to Real Talk Wrestling. I'm your host, Josh. With us is Miami Clutch PE and El Ginger Americano. Your stable grows more and more as the weeks go on. I don't know who these people are in your stable, Chris, but I don't like them, man. I want the OG back. How long until your boy Chad's back? I know we're just getting into it, but how long until Chad's back? Have we heard?
I have not heard anything, and I was thinking about that yesterday too. While I didn't watch Raw until yesterday, but I was wondering the same. Do you think WrestleMania does he come back for an Americano versus Americano match like we joked about so long ago?
I don't know, Clutch. How say you?
I think he's coming back soon. Because it's been quite a while since he's been gone, and it was a big-ish injury. But I think it's around the timeline now where he should be back. I'd say the Rumble, maybe.
Here's what I want: Jericho come out because he's gonna happen. It's inevitable. And let's have El Ginger come out right away, or El Ginger. Well, Chris, you could do it too, and just knock that big fat ass out of the ring. We don't need to see Chris Jericho in 2026. I am so unexcited for this. I'm so unexcited for next week when he does arrive. I'm really not like. I guess this is off topic, but it's a good topic because it's going to happen next week because the Rumble is what? Next week? Is it, guys? Yeah, it is. We're seeing Chris Jericho in WWE in literally a week. Are we excited? Gauge our excitement level 1 through 10, Clutch.
I will put it at a 6, and I will tell you it got a few extra points because more than seeing Chris Jericho again, I'm excited to hear Break the Walls Down again. And that's about it for me. I like Break the Walls Down more than I like Judas. I don't know if it's a hot take.
It's not a hot take, but you really think he's coming out to break the walls down?
I hope so. I don't want to hear Judas again.
Well, from what I understand, I'm not a music guy. I'm not a business music guy, but the studio owns that song, I'm assuming, because I've heard Chris Jericho talk about it on his podcast where he's like, I got to pay money to play my own song. Like, for my entrance. It's ridiculous, but the studio owns I don't think WWE would be paying for that. Justin Toner, what's going on in the chat? And can anyone confirm that in the chat? Like, I heard that he has to pay to play his own music in AEW, and Tony paid for it. Tony's paid money for AC/DC songs, right, Chris? Like, he's paid money for a lot of
money, yeah.
Yeah, WWE, I don't see doing that, so it's probably gonna be Break the Walls Down.
Which will probably
get the bigger. No, what's going to get the biggest pop? Break the Walls Down.
It would. I mean, if they do anything, I would prefer that they do that. But
since WWE is so cinematic these days, like everything's cinematic. Just a quick cheap plug. If you're a fan of this show on Real Talk Extra, go subscribe to Finstock Sports Network 2. On Saturday, we covered the 1994 Royal Rumble. Let me tell you something, brother. There was no music. Wrestlers just came out like, who is that? Oh, it's Doink. Like, nowadays, it's like, Edge, you think you know me? He's like looking around, and like by the time he's in the ring, the next person's like, back in the day, it didn't matter how big you were, how small you were, you just went to the ring. Like, it's just so refreshing back then. But go check that out. It was a fun watch. We covered Razor Ramon versus IRS. We covered Undertaker versus Yokozuna in a casket match, which it took the entire Don Callis the entire stable of jobbers of 25 of them, Jeff Jarrett, to take Mr. Undertaker out. That was ridiculous. It was a fun show. But back to this Rumble. I hope they do something cinematic where, like, you know, the 10, 9, 8, and then it cuts to the Titantron or the screen, and then it changes like the Jericho font. And then it goes doo 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 doo, and then because everyone knows, so why not have fun with it? Like, make it his entrance. I think that'd be super cool and something that he would do, like innovative.
Do you think that if they're gonna do all that and make something extra out of it, don't you think he should maybe come in top 2 then, one of the first 2 entrances? Because if they want to make a big deal out of it and have him take his time coming to the ring and everything,
yeah, they're gonna do the whole lights out thing. You see a silhouette or something like that.
Like he's number 2 entrant. They have number 1, whoever, and then they do number 2. And like you said, maybe they start the countdown normal and then it switches to his font and his sound and his music. If they're gonna do it, that'd be a cool way to bring him in.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. But hey, you know, I gotta be optimistic. Look, I know, but like, I hope his run is limited. People say that he got guys over in AEW. I heard this argument. I was on a show just 2 weeks ago. Frankie and Sean, great guys, but they were telling me every time Jericho touched somebody, they got elevated. No, they did not. Everything Jericho touched in AEW went to shit. Sorry, Bobby, but that's a fact.
Some of them went up. They just there was a ceiling put on them though. If they started rising too quickly or too much.
Pop quiz. Clutch, where's Sammy Guevara right now? Anyone tell me?
You're asking the wrong person.
Where's Santana?
There was a ceiling.
Where's Jake Hager?
Oh,
where's Daniel Garcia?
He went up for a while, but then he hit his ceiling and they had to push him back down.
Where's Action Andretti?
Probably still flipping.
Where's Big Bill? Where's the Bad Apple? Where are these people that he elevated? I'm trying to still find one.
Again, I think he elevated them, but only temporarily, and then I think they had to go back down.
But yeah, he was elevated.
They weren't elevated in the way that that whoever said that, not in that way. Like they didn't gain anything long term. It was all short term, flash in the pan. They showed what they could do, and then they were getting bigger than him, and then they had to go back down.
I think the only one that got over was Anna Jay, just because it's Anna Jay. Like, she'll be in NXT soon. Like, she was the only one that the fans actually got behind. It doesn't matter. What
about Orange Cassidy after the Mimosa match?
Oh,
he's been a huge star after the Mimosa match.
Yeah, Clutch, you enjoying that?
That
Orange Cassidy
his career.
Big fan.
Big fan. All right. So Jericho will be debuting or re-debuting or whatever in the 2026 Royal Rumble. We'll all cheer Y2J, and he'll get a big pop and he'll do something and he'll knock somebody out. And then that's going to be our feud for his WrestleMania. I'm curious to see who's going to be his feud. So time will tell. Let's talk wrestlers that are in WWE currently, in the wrestling world currently. We had a big match announced, AJ Styles and Gunther, for AJ's career already at the Rumble. I'm kind of surprised. I'm kind of shocked, Clutch. I didn't see this happening, especially not for his career just yet, because he did announce his... I'm not going to say that name. No. You cannot get a shout out at all. But I will say, let me recompose myself, sir, ma'am, whatever you are. Chris, you know what we're laughing at? Okay. Oh, he gave me a set. Anyway, let's get back to my computer. I don't even know where I was at. Where was I at?
Styles, yes, wrestling for his career.
AJ Styles wrestling for his career already. In January, when he already announces his final year, kind of makes it unbelievable that Gunther's actually going to do it. So, with that being said, how can we get excited for this match? We all know that AJ Styles is going to get his win back, but it's going to be a good match. What do you say, Chris?
Yeah, I was surprised that they were doing the career on the line for that exact same reason. Like, there's no way that he announced, okay, this is my last year, and he's going to have a couple of matches, and then that's it. He's done. There's no way that AJ Styles would go out like that. So if they were going to do a career-ending match type thing, I wish they would have waited till later into the year when it would get to be about that time that we think maybe he's done, and we're worried we're watching his last match, and then he pulls off a miraculous comeback win, and then that, letting us know he's got a few more. So I get they were trying to work a story in there, but I wish they would have saved something like that for a little bit later in the year.
What if it Clutch goes into because Gunther's a great opponent. Like it's okay that Gunther can lose to AJ Styles. AJ Styles is a superstar. He's a Hall of Famer. What if this turns into like a Ric Flair situation, Clutch? Would you be interested in, like, if you lose, this is your final match and that's his 2026 and we don't know when it's going to be? Or is this like a one-off thing? Because Gunther's gimmick right now is retiring people.
Yeah, I think this is a one-off because AJ's going to take losses leading up to his retirement. So I think it's going to be a one-off. It's a little early to do the match, yeah. But it's also, you want to add a little something, I guess, because it's going to be 10 years that AJ is in WWE. He debuted at the Rumble in 2016. It's 2026. You want to do, maybe they can do the whole thing. Oh yeah, he came into WWE at the Rumble. He's gonna be retired at the Rumble, and do some story with that. That would be cool. So I can see it, and I'm never gonna complain about AJ getting a one-on-one match at a PLE. So, and plus it's Gunther, so they're gonna have a great match together. And I think Gunther is pulling double duty because he said he's gonna do the Rumble as well.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's cool. I don't mind it, and I think the earliest that AJ can retire this year is probably I'd say WrestleMania, at the earliest. So I just assume AJ will get his win, or there's going to be some disqualification fuckery. Sorry, Bobby, that doesn't allow him to retire. So yeah,
Yeah, I think he's gonna beat Gunther, and that's okay. I like it. I enjoy it. It just makes me think that Gunther's gonna win the Rumble. It really does. When someone on the card, when they were holding Money in the Bank, if they lost early in the night, it was kind of a sign. Oh wow, they might cash in tonight, because people forget that person's there. Yada yada yada. It happens many times. If you've watched the cash-ins, usually those people lose early on in the night. When they're pulling double duty like this, and he mentioned it, like, I'm wrestling in the Rumble, I'm pulling double duty, like, I don't have time for you. If he loses, we're gonna forget, and we're like, oh shoot, Gunther, and he overcomes it and wins. I think it's a good chance for him to win this year. I think it would be interesting. I don't know where he would go. We don't want to see Gunther and Punk again. Don't really want to see Gunther and Drew. That wouldn't make sense. But man, it's interesting about the Rumble this year. I know we're going to do a full preview, but just right now, thinking about who's declaring and who's in it and who's the champions, I think the winners are kind of limited, man. Chris, who are you thinking this year? Are you still stuck on that Sami Zayn train?
I'm still hopeful for Sami Zayn. I'm gonna keep riding that hype train. And I was on his hype train. What was it, last year at WrestleMania or the year before? Or I forget what show we were picking for him to win a title. I'm gonna stick with it. That's my boy Sammy. He's long overdue. It's his turn.
Good point, Justin. You know, he said he's going to retire in 2026, but he didn't say where. Forbidden Door. Maybe he's going to take on Dom for that AEW championship, right? Right? He has history with Dom. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Google it. Clutch didn't know before the show, which I'm surprised he didn't know. Even I saw that, but I was watching YouTube and saw how they messed that up. Dominic Mysterio, AEW champion. I wonder how much AEW is going to sue them for that, or whatever happens. You know, like what happens?
That's what happens when you're using some AI for your pictures for your website.
It's tough, guys. It's tough.
It's tough.
Copilot's hard to work with. Let me tell you.
That's why I told you, don't stress out about it if you're struggling with it. Some professional at WWE is also struggling with it.
So, Clutch, with all that being said, who's going to win the Rumble? Who is it?
Since the beginning, I had the pick of Braun Breaker, but then I was swayed last week to Sami Zayn, and now I'm second guessing everything because just recently, like a day or two ago, I saw a name going up in the odds to win the Rumble, and that is none other than your tribal chief. And I can see it happening if they want to do a one-on-one Punk and Roman match. It's right there for the taking. It's very realistic to me. It's not like it doesn't make sense. Roman's going to be chasing the title, so that's a good way to jumpstart it. I'll still hope for a new up and comer. So like my hope, and I'll keep it even if it's starting not to make much sense anymore. It's Braun Breaker.
Is he still messing around with Penta? Guys, full disclosure for those tuning in, wherever you are, thank you so much. Drop a like if you can. A ton of you watching right now, so I appreciate that. If you can, come to our YouTube channel if you're on X, and hit that subscribe button. It's really helpful. Why do I lose my train of thought every single that? See, now you're going to leave because I forgot what I was talking about. But, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, you were talking about if he's still messing around with Penta.
Yeah, Penta. Is he still messing around with Penta? Did they delegate him to the mid card?
You were going to say you didn't know because you You stopped watching halfway through. That's where you
I
were
stopped
going.
watching. Oh yeah, I stopped watching Raw
There you go.
at a certain spot, and I told Chris via text, if this spot happens, I'm turning Netflix off. It happened, so I turned Netflix off, and that's a spot we'll get to later. Yeah, man, like, is he still delegated to the mid card with these with the luchas? Clutch?
No, he's with he's doing the Adam Pearce thing right now, where he's
Okay.
suspended, and they're gonna the last thing was Adam Pearce talking to Paul Heyman and being like,
Yeah.
okay, we need to have a one-on-one sit down between me and Braun to like solve this like men or something like that.
Okay. All right, good. So he's moved off of the Penta mid card title, because last time I saw he was being suspended. The guys, I would have watched Raw the rest of it, but I'm a man of my word. When I say something, I do something. I had to turn it off. I don't want to get there yet, guys. I don't, but I think we're gonna have to.
Let's hear it.
Is there anything
Why
else
did
you
you
want to
turn
talk
off
about?
Raw?
All right, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. So let me ask you this, Clutch and Chris. Be honest with me. Be honest with me. Who's better? Who's a better wrestler, Maxine Dupree or Jade Cargill? Be honest.
A draw.
Yeah, I would still give maybe Jade the slight edge because she's more powerful and
Yeah.
can be more visually impressive. But yeah, it's not very far apart.
I made a statement today that, and it's true, Maxine Dupree has improved much more in this Becky program with Becky, just straight up with this last 4 months or so, whatever, however long it's been, than Jade has improved from AEW day one. Literally. Like, literally. It's impressive. I'm not saying Maxine Dupree's a banger. I'm not saying that she can do all these things and she's good. But man, just look at her first match compared to what she's doing now. Like, it's much better. And I like it. I like what she's doing. I like her gimmick. But when Natty comes out with her and they're overseas and I see it coming, Clutch, you're smart. You saw it coming. Chris, you already knew it was coming. But why do we need this? Heading into WrestleMania season, I need somebody to explain why we're going to waste television time on a Natalya and Maxine Dupree program in 2026. Not even on SmackDown, where they have 3 hours. They're going to do it on their prime show, Netflix, that doesn't run 3 hours, that the majority of the people watch.
How long does it run? I don't know because I don't watch it live.
I don't watch
Doesn't
it live
it run
either.
close to 3 hours? I think they're both 3 hours, give or take.
No, Raw runs like 2.5 at most.
Okay. I typically watch it on Wednesdays after they cut out all the commercials. But as far as why are they doing this, I think it's because they've seen that. Now I know you're not a fan, Josh, but there are other people in the wrestling community that are a fan of the work that Natalya has been doing on some of these other promotions as a heel character. It's caught fire with other fans, and I think that's why they're giving it a shot here to see if they can take advantage. They're doing something very un-WWE like, right? And they would have never done that in the past. If you were popular somewhere else with a gimmick, like what was it, like Jeff Hardy with his delete thing, and then they brought him there and they made him tone it down and it went away. They're doing the opposite now. She's made a name for herself or recreated herself over at this other promotion with this gimmick, and it's catching fire. And I think they're trying to capitalize on that over in WWE, which I get. Whether you like it or hate it, like, I get why they're doing it, why they're going to try it out if it's popular elsewhere. So I think that's why they're doing it.
Clutch, but the execution of the heel turn was kind of ridiculous, right? Just puts her leg on the rope for no reason at all, and just that's it. How could you do this? Fake as hell, but whatever. Maxine tried her best. Like I said, she's improving. Roll up 1, 2, 3, or whatever it was. It's like, that's it. And why do we, like, the crowd went dead? I don't know. It might work. People might be into this, but I can't see this being a program that I stick around to watch. And they made it so obvious. Like, she's never has Natalya ever come out with Maxine ever? I know we saw the promos or the video packages and we knew it was Natalya, but
you could tell something was up because they kept referencing Natalia all through the match over and over. They really wanted you to know that she was out there. And I could tell, I'm like, something's about to happen. This is probably like, I got that same vibe you did where you're like, oh, she's going to turn, isn't she? I could see it coming from a mile away because they were over focused on it. I'm not saying the execution was great because, yeah, I thought that fell a little flat, the just putting her foot up. And if you look at the camera angle and the referee,
Oh, she's looking referee.
Yeah, but like, how did the referee even see that with where they were positioned? He
Natalia was literally waiting for the spot. No. But hey, listen. If this turn happened, if this was okay, Natty, I guess there's an angle. Like, Clutch, are you aware of this Natty character outside of WWE?
Yeah, I was aware because she did a few of the AAA shows like that with her other gimmick, and people were into it. The Mexican crowd was into it, I remember.
Okay. So let's see if it works. It is what it is. I'm happy that at least Maxine's getting happy she's getting a tryout, I guess. This is what it is. I don't know what it is, but she hung in there with Becky. She did okay. I'm not ready for her to have a program without a superstar, if that makes sense. If that would have been like a superstar or somebody that's not Natalia, somebody else, anybody else, just name a woman. Jordan Grace, Julia, like literally anybody else, it would have worked for me. I think I would have been into it. Bailey.
Hey, just remember at one point, Cody was Stardust, right?
That gimmick was
not good, right? People could reinvent. That's all I'm saying. Let's give it a chance. She could reinvent herself. I'm not saying she's going to get to that level, but sometimes people were doing something. They're low on the card. It doesn't work. They reinvent themselves and they start climbing up the card. Let's give it a shot. Let's see where it goes.
All right. So what happened after I turned Raw off? So that's the part of the show we go, what happened next? Clutch, what happened next?
Well, you had the Luchas, the Rey Mysterio, Penta, Rey Fenix go on a match with, I think, Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, Austin Theory. Pretty solid match. I enjoyed it. I think it's the better version of the Hispanic wrestlers that you can put out there and have a great match. So I'm not mad at it. And then the end, the main event, I thought it was really good. And more importantly, and the reason I have his picture on is because they did the thing with Finn Balor. They put his old music. He played up the crowd like a babyface. Had a great match with Punk. Finished the match and shook Punk's hand. Very babyface. And I'm hoping this leads to something more permanent because this just like it reignited my hope for Finn as a face character because he's so good at it. He's so good at connecting with the crowd, and his entrance is very interactive. It's really fun to watch him, and I missed it. And it's something I haven't seen him do obviously in years. I mean, since the NXT thing, but since before that, it was years. So I hope they keep what he did on Monday because that works, and they have something with Finn if they do go in that direction.
Yeah, I agree.
I was going to say too, they pointed out that it's been 10 years since he won the title that he kept for a day. Like, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him. Like, I think I've always thought he was a really good wrestler. He's got the look of somebody that you think would be at the top of the card. So I don't know if there's some backstage stuff going on or if it was just there was people that have always been a little more over to where he can't quite get over top of them. But I wouldn't mind seeing him get another shot and get another run and being at the top of the card.
He can cut a promo. I like heel Finn Balor promos. I don't know how babyface Finn Balor promos would be, if that makes sense. Heel promos are fine because he's a whiny little runt. He looks like he's 175 pounds. Like, that looks good. Like when he's a heel. But Clutch, I get it. When he's babyface, yes, that entrance it's one of the first. I'm not gonna say like one of the first ever, but in this era, in this little run we're going with the past 10 years, it's one of those entrances that took off first. Like the whole dun-dun-dun, like that was one of the big things. This is before people were singing Seth Rollins' song and before they were singing Randy and Cody's song. This was one of the ones. So yeah, I like it. It's like but is it just an entrance? You know, like where does it stop? and he is a good babyface. I think he could do it. But again, I haven't heard a babyface promo from Finn Balor in how long? Clutch? Forever? And when he was a babyface, he didn't cut promos because Vince has had him come out there and smile. That's it. Just smile.
Yeah, people didn't have like the pleasure of seeing what Finn was as a babyface, especially in NXT. He was great. He was the top of NXT. He was the face of NXT for a while before the Adam Coles came in and guys like that. And it's a shame because it looked, when he went straight into the main roster, it looked like he had a rocket strapped to his back and he was going to be the guy. Then the injury happened and they kind of just forgot about him for basically 10 years. And that's unfortunate because he really is that good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, he's been labeled as a tag team guy or a guy who can't stay healthy for a long time, but he stayed healthy I don't remember the last time he's been injured. So maybe it is time. Maybe this was a test to see if the crowd would react to him, or I don't know. We'll see. We don't know. We don't watch WWE Unreal doesn't show us everything, which I didn't know that came out. Like, did they promote that on the shows? I just turned on Netflix. It was there.
Yeah, they did promote it.
Okay. I'm gonna watch all that. I have to. Was it easy going, Clutch? Was there a lot of drama? What's the biggest thing that happened on Unreal so far?
The biggest thing was probably a mix of it focused a lot on Money in the Bank and a lot on SummerSlam, and it focused a lot on the Seth Rollins injury, which fair. It was one of the bigger angles that have happened in recent memory. So it was between that and then kind of like the backstage. They went more into, I guess, the creative than they did in season 1 and the thought process and things like that. Also, I think I said this before the show started, not a fan of the people around Triple H. When you look at the Bruce Pritchards and the Road Dogs and the Michael P.S. Hayes, it's time to bring in some new blood around Triple H because Triple H is really not a dumb guy. Like he when he talks, like at least in Unreal you saw, he knows what he's doing. Like he says things that people don't see and it makes sense to me. And yeah, he just needs better people around him because I think that's what was ultimately costing him right now.
The things that Bruce Pritchard says, just like on his podcast or in the media, he just sounds like a doofus. P.S. Michael Hayes, again, his ideas are outdated. I don't know the other guy you said, but
Road Dogg.
Road Dogg. Oh, Dog. There's a reason why he doesn't run SmackDown anymore, or maybe he does. Does he run SmackDown? He's an idiot.
Yeah, he's the writer for SmackDown.
He is. Yeah, he is, and SmackDown sucks. But yeah, you're right. But who else? Like, who's out there? Like, this isn't a job that there's a ton of people like, hi, I'm a head booker, or hey, I'm a creative writer for pro wrestling. Like, it's tough. Like, you have to get guys that were either in the industry or know about the business, but they're also stuck in their ways. Like, it's not a job you can just get. I can't just
Josh, send in your resume.
lie.
Just go ahead and show them some video clips. Make sure they're dated so you can tell them. You can show them where you were telling them stories. That would have been good. You got some solid ideas. I think you should do it.
Hey, Copilot, put this in star format.
No, don't use Copilot. It'll say, this is why I think I'm a great addition to AEW. That's how it's going to start it.
Oh, that's where I start off. That's where we have to start off. We have to start off from the bottom ground. Actually, probably TNA's the bottom. I heard their premiere was a big flop, like massive. I didn't see anything about it. I saw limited things, and I heard it was a train wreck. Did you guys see anything on that? Wasn't it last week?
It was recent. Yeah. I heard the only thing I heard about it was the ratings that were reported on it were extremely low, but then it was found that whoever reported those ratings was completely wrong and they did much better. That's literally the only thing I heard about it.
I did watch it. I watched the first 20 minutes because AJ Styles, and then they had him come out first. So then I didn't feel the need to stick around after that.
Oh, okay. What do you do?
He was just kind of like that thing. It's like, yeah, this is the house that AJ Styles built. Welcome to this new era, and that's pretty much it. And then he teased going after the TNA title. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, I bet you that will happen at one point. It kind of has to.
If this is his last year, then it does make sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. And they'd have to have it on like WWE television or PLE or something like that. It'd have to be someone like worth it, not some just rando guy in a mask. I don't know who their champion is, honestly. Is it still Santana?
It's Santana again because it was Kazarian before.
God, dude, Kazarian was washed up 10 years ago, man. But I like him. I've always liked Kazarian. Remember when he was the elite hunter, Chris, and no one knew he was the elite hunter, but they just said he was, and he just randomly ran in elite matches and tried to.
Yeah.
What
That was
that?
yeah, just out of nowhere. I do remember that. Just out of left field. He got the name the Elite Hunter and come out, do a match or two against the Elite, try and beat him up, and then he would disappear for like 6 months. And then all of a sudden the Elite Hunter was back, hunting the Elite. One more match, off for another 3 months. It was a very weird time for him.
I'm glad he's finding success in
Yes.
TNA, if he is, because he's a good dude and I like watching his matches.
I always liked him. He was good. That was just
Yeah.
a weird time.
The Elite Hunter. Like one time I'm like, Chris, when did this start happening? Because he was climbing up a cage, because I guess it was a cage match or whatever, and he was climbing up with a lead pipe. They're like, this is the Elite Hunter. I'm like, who? What? All right, I guess that's what we are now. And that was like the last time I saw him do it. So
Yep.
Anyway. Oh man. But yeah, man. I honestly don't have anything else I want to bring up. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. This is a surprise. Clutch, are you familiar with Lucha Underground whatsoever?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Do you watch it? Have you watched anything?
No, I used to watch it like way back when I think Rey Mysterio was still part of it, but
I watched the full match of Penta versus Io Sky on YouTube. And let me tell you something. Io Sky used to be a badass. Io Sky used to be a fucking killer. What happened? Her look was badass back then. Were you familiar with her back then? I wasn't. I was surprised.
no, it wasn't.
Holy, she beat the shit out of Penta. She beat him. She beat the shit out of him. It was a good match. So if you're a fan of Io Sky and or Penta, they had it's on YouTube and it's a banger. And
There's
Io
also another Lucha Underground match that's a banger to me. It's Penta again against Chelsea Green.
Yes. I hear that one
I've
get
seen-
talked about a lot.
Yes, I've seen highlights. I haven't seen the full match yet.
Fun fact, they also brought it up on Unreal.
Oh, they
Yeah.
did?
Yeah, when they were talking to Chelsea.
I wish Chelsea would get a bigger push. Chelsea could have been a good matchup with Maxine Dupree or something like that. I don't know. They misuse her so much. I think she should be a main event player, but she's just stuck in the whatever she's in comedy, which she does enjoy. She admits it on Unreal, but I think she's better than a lot of these girls at the top. At least personality wise, charisma wise. You don't think so, Christopher? What?
No, we just said me and Clutch both just said we think she's about on par with Jade right now. Is
No,
the
Chelsea
potential
Green.
there? Oh,
Chelsea,
I
not
thought
Maxine.
you were talking about Maxine Dupree. I'm like, what?
No,
No, she's not at
Chelsea.
the top. Not
Chelsea.
currently. Chelsea, yes. I would say she's closer to the top. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Maxine. I'm like, no, not yet.
No,
Maybe
not
one
even.
day.
She'll never know. She'll never will. She never will be up there at the top. Ever.
But yeah, Chelsea Green. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
All right.
Yeah. I would like to see more of her on TV. I thought she's always entertaining to watch.
She is entertaining to watch. But I got nothing else unless you guys want to bring something else up to my attention. I got nothing except for watch that YouTube match, Clutch, because you love Io Sky and I know you love Penta. I don't know where her name was. I forgot where her name was, but I'll send it in our group chat afterwards. I'll send the link. But I forgot what her name was in Lucha Underground. So if you're still in the chat, Justin, or anyone else, let me know what it was. It's like Hiro Tita or something like that. I don't know. AEW Minute.
Oh,
Mina
yes.
Shirakawa got thrown out of the ring. Tony Storm, she went over Tony Storm's head and landed flat on the goddamn concrete. The safest company in the world.
That reminds me. I saw, I don't know if you saw it because I don't know if it was before or after. Clutch, help me out. What was that guy's name that just got hurt? The guy that just got called up.
Javon Evans.
There you go. He just got hurt. Did they show it? Because since I watched the recap, they did not show it, but it also looked like it might have happened during commercial break.
It looked like it happened. No, it happened during, I think, and it was a shoulder injury. They stopped the match.
Yeah.
But after the show, they said his shoulder is fine. That they were more worried about a concussion. but that apparently he's completely fine.
Okay. Yeah, because that's on the Wednesday version, like they were getting ready to cut to a commercial naturally, like, and then they cut and then they come back and they're like, oh goodness, we just had a bad accident, whatever. They've stopped the match. So they completely cut that out. So I couldn't tell if it happened during the commercial break or while the show was airing.
It might have actually been during a commercial because here when I watch Netflix, they just play it through, even through the
Okay.
commercials.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's hurt, which is unfortunate because he's been a lot of fun to watch, high energy guy. And yeah, now they don't know how long he's going to be out, but hopefully it's not too serious.
That's unfortunate. Honestly, I've grown to love his work in his little time on the main roster. Yeah.
And he's only 21, so already in the main roster.
Yep. Yeah, he moved over there quick.
He's going to be on this list of like top wrestlers under the age of 30 for 9 more years, so he's going to crush it. But that's going to do it for us. It's been a slow week for wrestling, kind of like there's not much out there. It's been so bad that I'm watching old Roddy Piper promos on Vince Russo. Did you guys ever see? There's a lot.
I was going to say next week we'll have a big show though because it's the Rumble preview show.
Yeah. Next week is the Rumble show. We were going to predict the women's Rumble match, which I don't even know who has a chance in that. We're going to do the men's, which I kind of know an idea. And we'll talk some AJ Styles, Gunther, and I'm sure there's going to be a title match announced. Has there been a title match announced yet, Clutch, on SmackDown?
For the Rumble? No, not currently. There's a tournament going on right now for whoever faces Drew.
Yeah, for whoever's going to lose to Drew. So we'll talk about that as well. And then, of course, if you're still here, make sure you go to our other site, Finns Talk Sports Network, where we cover the 1994 Royal Rumble. Man, what a show. I'm telling you, it was a disaster. Vince was on the it was a fun show. Vince was doing commentary with Ted DiBiase. Jim Ross stepped in for one match. That was fun. Hearing Jim Ross sound like an old NASCAR announcer, really fast talking back in the day. It was a fun show. I like, now that they're on Netflix, it's easier for me to navigate to, and we just picked that one. This week we're watching the Smashing Machine with The Rock, and we're gonna take that and what it is. We're gonna talk about that. Man, did The Rock cut a promo? Is he coming back for WrestleMania season? I saw something on social media. He cut a promo. Did he?
Didn't see that. I haven't heard anything about him.
I would assume for sure he's going to be for WrestleMania in Saudi, probably. But
probably.
Stay
tuned for more. Stay tuned because next week we're going to predict which program The Rock is going to take over and destroy.
Oh, there is a rumor going around. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, I want to know.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. There's rumors about him coming back soon.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Doing what? No idea, but
there was rumors last year, but apparently they didn't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought there was rumors last year where they didn't want to pay him enough money to wrestle somebody.
But if you're going to bring back Austin, like at some point, I think you have to do that Punk Austin thing. If they're going to do it, it might be a train wreck, but I want to see it anyways.
I was about to say, I don't know if he can. I'd rather see Austin and Dom. I know Dom can't get everything, but that'd be so much fun. I think. But all right, we're really going to leave you at that. I'd be rambling forever. So guys, thank you so much for being here. We'll be back next week again. And of course, no holds barred on Saturday with Bobby and myself. Till then, guys, peace out.
See ya.